This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Delmarva Dental Services.
We all do it every single day. We brush our teeth, we rinse, we spit, and then a lot of us reach for the mouthwash for that extra fresh, clean, minty feeling. But new research suggests that mouthwash could be harming your health. So joining us today to explain is Dr. Joseph Harmon with Delmarva Dental Services. Thank you so much for
Thanks
coming
for
in.
having me, Jamie.
So what is this about mouthwash that it might not be the best thing for us?
Well, there was a study in Europe that said that using a particular mouthwash raised your blood pressure. So it's kind of like stinky breath or high blood pressure.
Okay. How does it do that?
Well, it's a particular type of mouthwash that has chlorhexidine in it. And what it does, it inhibits a bacteria or kills a bacteria in the mouth that actually goes into your body and relaxes the chemical actually relaxes your blood pressure, relaxes your blood vessels, and makes your blood pressure go down. But this chemical actually kills those helpful bacteria in your mouth and makes that not happen.
So that's a good bacteria.
It's a good bacteria. We used to think that all bacteria in the mouth were bad bacteria, but we're finding out, like the intestine, we have good bacteria that help us digest food, and we have good bacteria in our mouth to help us lower blood pressure.
Okay, now you said
chlorhexidine.
Is this something I need to remember? Is this something I'm going to get over the counter at the...
Well, in Europe you can get it over the counter, but in the United States you have to have a prescription.
Okay.
So it doesn't apply to all mouthwashes. It just applies to this particular mouthwash.
But that still, I could still come in contact with that. That could be something that my dentist could give me.
Yes, he could. And the study, it only measured 19 participants, but still, I read the study and the chemistry is good.
Right.
And it makes sense.
So the impact that this is having on patients, is this something that happens right away?
Yes, it happens right away. In fact, they used it twice a day, and their blood pressure went from up 2 to 3 millimeters of mercury, which doesn't sound like a lot.
Right.
But that actually can relate to a 7 to 10% increase in stroke.
Okay, but not
risk.
All mouthwashes are...
No, not all mouthwashes. This particular mouthwash has what's called substantivity, which means that it hangs around a long time. Substantivity means it stays. Most mouthwashes, when you use them in a half hour, their effect is gone.
Ah, well, if it's gone, is there any point in using mouthwash in the first place then?
Well, really just to make your mouth feel better and psychologically, but for all intents and purposes, if it kills millions of germs and you have billions of germs, those billions of germs are back in like a half hour. So most mouthwashes are cosmetic.
So, oh, really? Okay, so the whole is a sales pitch thing.
Yes.
If we do use mouthwash, how much should we use?
Well, I would say twice a day if you're going to use it in the morning and the evening, but really brushing and flossing and tongue scraping are going to help better than the mouthwash.
Okay. Does age make any difference in all of this?
Well, in that we have a higher probability of getting certain gum disease, okay, and we don't digest our foods as well, and we may have odors coming from our stomach and those kinds of things.
So in other words, there are other areas that we can target when it comes to trying to take care of our bad breath.
Bad breath is caused by multiple things. It's obviously caused by our teeth, our gums, our tongue, our tonsils, our sinuses, our lungs, and even our stomach. So it's coming from multiple areas. And using a mouthwash is kind of like not bathing and using deodorant.
Oh, okay.
So if you use deodorant, you should bathe first. If you're going to use a mouthwash, you should floss and brush and tongue scrape first.
Because otherwise, instead of taking care of the problem, you're just taking care of the symptom.
Just masking it, yes.
Okay, so if I were to get the chloro of what you said, it's probably going to be from my dentist. Should I just go ahead and talk to the dentist about this?
Yes, anytime you get a prescription, any prescription, you should talk to the dentist. And it is a prescription mouthwash, which we use really for after we do a surgery and we're trying to prevent infections. We don't really use it as a routine type of thing usually.
But like you said, there's a balance of whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, either have an infection or have your blood pressure go up a little bit.
Talk to your dentist and find out for sure.
Yep.
Dr. Harmon, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great information. I had absolutely no clue. Well, if you'd like to learn more about Delmarva Dental Services, about your dental health, all you have to do is go to delmarvalife.com and click on the Show tab. And once you have your health in order, how about your home? Up next on Delmarva Life, Angie Hicks from Angie's List helps us make a lasting impression with paint. From color to coats, what you need to consider before picking up that paintbrush. And while we're at home, let's head to the kitchen a little later on Delmarva Life. We are making some fabulous finger food. But first, you know what? We would love to have you here in our studio audience. Join us in Historic Studio D by booking your seats at delmarvalife.com and clicking on the show tab. You'll see on the right side of the page is the ticket tab under for our audience. Or you can just give us a call, 443-880-9116. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.